we're going to be going over our recap for this week, as well as the major big upsets and our 3 top headlines of the week. Let's go right into the video. First off, this week's box score, starting off with Iowa versus Purdue. Closest Iowa duel of the season, and they still won by 13 points. Really shows how good of a team they are. They're missing their 165-pound starter Alex Marinelli, 125-pound starter Spencer Lee, and their head coach Tom Brands. Still got it done against Purdue this weekend. Great win for Penn State as well over Wisconsin, still missing their 125-pounder. And then Virginia Tech had a nice win over NC State, which we'll talk about later on in the video. And now for our upsets of the week, the best upset in each wrestling weight class in week 6. Starting off at 125 pounds. This has really just become a hot spot for wrestling upsets. This one in 197 pounds, which we'll get to later on. But we have an upset at 125 like almost every single week. But this week it was Virginia Tech versus NC State, and Sam Latona, the 10th ranked guy, last matchup of the duel, ended up beating Jacob Camacho after a last-second takedown and 2 back points. Got the win right there. At 133, there was a pretty good upset as well. Unranked guy, Hayden Jury from Fresno State, took out Masha Schwartz. And then at 197, pretty good upset by Stephen Buchanan, the 14th-ranked guy, to take out the #1 ranked guy at the time, Noah Adams. And now for our 3 headlines. First off, Virginia Tech versus NC State. This was the battle of the ACC. And it lived up to the hype. These 2 schools very evenly matched, easily the best duel of the college wrestling season so far, in my opinion. Had some good upsets like Stephen Buchanan over Noah Adams, but it came down to the final duel of the evening. It was 13-6 with Virginia Tech losing. They needed a upset win, Sam Latona over Jacob Camacho, to at least force a criteria win for one of the teams. Otherwise, if they took a loss, Virginia Tech would have lost that duel as well. But Latona came in clutch, was losing, and got a last-second takedown, and then he got 2 back points as well, which won Virginia Tech the duel. It came down to points criteria, and if he didn't get those 2 back points, it would have been 47-48 with NC State winning. But since he got those 2, Virginia Tech won on criteria 49-48 and win that duel between the ACC favorites. And then Penn State still don't have their 125-pounder. Robert Howard is just nowhere to be found. We thought I would see him this week, but then the Michigan duel, of course, got canceled, so didn't have a chance to see him. This is actually pretty bad news. Penn State, I think there's like a limited required matches that a wrestler has to have, like a minimum, to qualify for the Big Tens and NCAAs. And if Robert Howard isn't able to get that, won't be able to compete, and Penn State might not be able to send a 125-pounder to the NCAAs, which would be a huge blow to them in the team scores. But hopefully he's back against Iowa this week. And more on that, Iowa is missing head coach Tom Brands, and they're missing Alex Marinelli for that duel. So Penn State has a legitimate chance to beat Iowa this week, so I'll definitely be watching that duel go down. And now at 197, like I said before, just like 125, this is one of those big upset weight classes. 125 has had Rivon Foley get upset, Jacob Camacho get upset, got a lot of people get upset. Devin Schroeder got upset as well. And then at 197, we've had a great amount of upsets as well, but most notably this week, we had Stephen Buchanan, like I said before, knock off the #1 ranked guy, Noah Adams. And then later on in that tri-meet, Stephen Buchanan actually took a loss to, I think his name is Corstal Northfleet, something like that. But that guy was the 9th ranked guy at the weight class, and it really shows how 197 is going to be a toss-up, and I really can't make a good prediction for who's going to win that weight class, especially after how the #1 guy, Noah Adams, just got knocked off this weekend. But yeah, that's going to wrap up our video for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and sub for more wrestling content like this. Peace.